I mean, before I just start, like, this is wild. Like, oh my God. All right. Ooh. Okay. A day or so before the game, I get an email that says, come into the Zoom call about 25 minutes early. And as soon as I enter this call, I know something's about to go down.
You have been selected for a secret assignment as part of this season's first major twist. You will be our rogue agent. What does this mean? As the rogue, it is your mission to secretly hack the game. Each round, you will affect the outcome by making private decisions that will influence the game. Your identity will be kept a secret from the rest of the players, and it is your job to keep it that way.
I knew that there was most likely going to be some sort of twist or secret power, but I did not know how powerful this twist was going to be.
Your first task as the rogue is to decide which folders you will hide each prize behind.
I'm just gonna make it like random, but random enough to where I know where things are. In deciding where to place each file, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm gonna know where everything is. So I put the powers in 5 and 15. 5 is my lucky number, so that was the easy choice for me, and I decided to go with 1. Most people aren't gonna pick 1, but as for the rest of the files, I just kind of go in a diagonal pattern, and I didn't want to make it too complicated. So from the time that I had placed the power, safety, and nominees in the file to when I had to choose, I had a lot of time to mull over my decision. In this game, I am ready to take big risks. I understand to win this game, I gotta do whatever it takes. And if it takes risking to get a power in round 1 and maybe revealing myself as the rogue in the first vote, I'm gonna do it because I want this power and it could be extremely advantageous. Lucky number 5. Congratulations, you have become the heirs to the Blood Diamond. Knowing about the Blood Diamond as the rogue is absolutely vital and insane information. I know that I cannot be voted out of this game for the first 7 rounds. And if I want to make big moves to get Sarah Beth and Sean out of this game to claim the fight pass for myself, I can absolutely do so, and that is exactly what I plan to do. We should be like the Power Squad. That's our alliance
Power
name.
Squad. I like it. Yeah, Power Squad.
I'm very sad to be up for elimination already. I mean, like, you know, because I wanted to pick files like 2 or 5 because, like, lucky numbers, arbitrary.
5 was my lucky number, and I got the X. So.
I would have gotten.
I know, right? So.
You may have noticed, after Charles' elimination, I said we would still be continuing with the vote, not necessarily the elimination. That being said, it is your lucky day, as none of you will be eliminated tonight. But I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Your votes may just come back to haunt you, as we will be giving them directly to the rogue.
The person who's the rogue is going to be getting all of the votes.
That means that they're gonna know who was voted for and how many people, or who voted for who?
Yeah, I think they're going to know everything.
That's crazy power. When I see the votes, I have a sigh of relief because I know I only got 1 vote, and it was from Brian, the guy who did not return my call in the first round. So watch out, buddy. I have my targets locked. I'm coming after you, Sean, and I'm coming after you, Brian. My decision as the rogue this round is that I can make 2 people's fight or flight decisions for them. And that includes putting 1 person in the competition that may not want to be there and 1 person in the vote that may not want to be there.
I'm sure you're dying to know what I've decided, so I won't make you wait any longer.
I choose Sean to go into the vote because in this Power Squad trio we have, I think he's the easiest to get out. He had the most votes in the prior round. And I put Sabrina in the competition because she's one of my biggest allies. It's one of my most outward allies. So I think it gives me cover for now, and that's my decision.
The players I have chosen to target are Sabrina and Sean.
fuck you, Rogue. That's what I was gonna pick.
Sabrina at this moment is saying, no, fuck the rogue, like the rogue sucks, but in reality, like it's actually her number one.
I was going to do the puzzle. I'm really good at puzzles. So I was super confident that I was going to be able to survive. And now I'm not so much.
Knowing that I changed Sean's fight or flight choice feels really good because I did clock that he was very analytical and logical and most likely would pick the puzzle. So now I'm going to make him sweat.
Let's get started.
It makes a lot more sense for me to compete rather than campaign, because if I compete, there's no votes cast against me. And then if I compete, I know I have no chance of getting home, but also I kind of just want to do a puzzle, have some fun.
And by a difference of 3 seconds. I'm sorry, Jess, but you have been eliminated from the game.
Knowing that my game would have been so different by 3 seconds, I just have no words at this point. It just feels like I made a really uneducated decision, a rash decision to put Sabrina in the puzzle, and it ended up working out, but by 3 seconds, it just, I have no words, and I'm just, I'll take the luck, but wow. I'm very sad to see Jess go, but at least, like, the rogue didn't win in this scenario because they chose Sabrina.
True.
Sabrina totally clocks that the rogue would have gone for power in round 1.
If I were the rogue, I would pick something that would have given me a power, because that just seems like the most, like, you want to stack your advantages.
I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
We don't know like what that fight or flight choice was, right? The power.
We have no idea what the power or powers offered were. And we'll see if it comes into play. Maybe it'll come into play here. Maybe it's like a steal a vote or like some sort of immunity thing.
Or what's the thing called that they did in like the last seasons?
It was the fight pass, right?
Yes, fight pass.
Yeah.
In my post-round discussion with the Power Squad, I'm having a good chat with Sarah Beth, and hopefully we can speak, or I can speak to Sean, see if he's okay. Because, I mean, he was picked from the rogue. Like,
Yeah, he was like called out. I'm a little nervous for him, but I mean, his name wasn't brought up this week, so I was glad that he wasn't in the mix.
I ended up taking a shot at Sean by putting him in the vote, and ended up not panning out.
I'm sorry, Brian, but you have been eliminated.
It kind of altered my plan in a sense, so maybe I actually want to work with the Power Squad moving forward.
Apparently Sean has ideas of who the rogue might be, but he doesn't want to say who it is.
I've narrowed it down to most likely 2 people. It makes a lot of sense to me that if you are the rogue, you want the power. I think the most likely odds are Sarah Beth or Nathan are the rogue. There were 6 files left when I chose a file, and there was a power file for me to choose, which means if the rogue chose before me, there was a 100% chance there was a power file available.
He's like being very he's being very, very like cautious. He's being very paranoid, and I'm like, all right, playing paranoid, that's all right.
Yeah.
In our kind of Power Squad chats, Sean has been a little bit colder when I'm around. So I got to really maybe do some damage control or something like that because I think he might be onto me. I feel like it's too early to call. Like it really can be anyone. But I mean, I did miss information. Like 3 of us missed information last round where apparently the vote was like weird and people think people are the rogue because of the vote because there's like a no vote or someone. I think Luke. I'll just say like I've been saying I've heard that people might think that you're the rogue because like apparently there were votes on you. I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard.
The rogue choosing Luke kind of makes me think Nathan might be the rogue because they saw the first 3 nominees, and if it was Nathan knows, oh shit, it's me, Nora, and Emily. If I'm Nathan, I'm thinking, I'm not surviving this vote no matter what. So if I'm Nathan, I'm thinking, okay, at this point, I just need to pick someone more suspicious or more likely to leave than me.
Personally, where I'm standing is I think it's too early to be worrying about the rogue. I feel like, especially after the vote, everybody kept pinning shit on the rogue, and I'm like, I don't think we should be worrying about this yet. It could literally be anybody. At this point, this might be controversial. I don't think there's a rogue. Every single thing that happens, every vote, people are talking about the rogue. People are pinning shit on the rogue. And I think even in the instance that there is actually a rogue, which I don't know if anyone can confirm or deny the existence of the rogue. even in the instance that there is actually a rogue, we have to operate in the game with the understanding that the rogue is not going to matter. There are too many people in the game at this point.
I agree, honestly, because like people have been saying like everything, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just kind of, like, who knows? Finding out that I have to pick a fourth nominee in this hunter or hunted round is quite interesting because I know that the players will know I will be picking a nominee, so they're going to be most likely keeping their cards very close to their chest. On the like way off chance, like 0.001% chance you're the rogue, I don't think you are. My number is 12. Okay, so don't pick me. Okay.
Well, that's a smart way to figure out who the rogue is. Anyway,
I know. So it's like,
mine's 11.
I don't know.
I'm not the rogue.
It's like, I trust you, like implicitly, of course. So I don't think you are the rogue, but in case that you are, my number is 12. So don't pick me. I know you're not. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
My number is 13. Unlucky 13, so I feel like she might pick my number, but we'll see.
Good luck. You know I got your back always. That was literally all I knew. I'm just going to go with my lucky number 5. I picked that for the files in the beginning. Lucky number 5. And I'm going to go with that here. See where it takes me.
I think I'll go with number 5.
Fuck!
When it's revealed to be Luke, I feel kind of lukewarm as, he was up for elimination the prior round, so he could be a nice target. But he has kind of been someone that I've been working with, and he's a pretty nice shield.
I'm sorry, Luke, but you have been eliminated.
I will admit I have suspicions about the rogue and who it could be, and you are one of them.
In this conversation with Weston, my goal was just to try and strengthen this relationship from what we had about talking about Britney Spears, but he's coming after me. He's saying that he thinks I'm the rogue, and I'm like, oh shit, bro. Like, dang, you kind of clocking me. I guess on my end, it's just like I was so nervous to like go home, and I was really trying to scramble last round. Like, I feel like, if I were the rogue, would I be that scared? You know what I mean? I definitely think I could have played it better. I think I should have leaned into it more. So I need to get better at being on the defense because it really could come at any time. He caught me off guard.
Before this round started, I placed each of us on one of 2 teams.
In deciding the teams, it made a lot more sense to prepare for the worst case scenario. The clue is going to be that, whichever team I am on, that will be revealed. So I put a lot of the sus people on my own team. So that includes Nora, who had the only information about Luke and his number in the previous round. I have a pretty solid idea that Sean might think it's me. So if he does think it's me and try and come for me at some point, I can turn it around on him. Bryce has definitely received some suspicion from Ivan. Weston was in some earlier votes. Gabby has kind of been a little bit more under the radar. I think I could definitely spin something on her if need be. And then Mead kind of feels a similar archetype to myself. Very nice, comes off a little unassuming, nice energy. So that kind of gives me cover in that regard as well.
I want to nominate Nathan because Nathan was a puzzle person. So Nathan has presumably the least bias in leading this group.
It is so incredibly ironic that I was chosen as the most trustworthy player. I think it shows what a good position I put myself in and, not showing myself to be overtly strategic. I knew the answers. I knew it was 44 triangles and 10 squares. I was ready to go. However, I did not have the opportunity to do so, which honestly is better for me. I feel really good about us. Do you want to just wait it out and see and get the clue, or what are you thinking?
I personally would rather wait it out.
I can convince CJ that we're in this final 2, whatever, and he's not going to think that I'm the rogue. He's going to be looking at someone else. You haven't told anyone, right?
I haven't told anyone.
Okay,
and
it's between you. I do understand that CJ has this knowledge that the rogue is on the green team, and I got to keep that in the back of my mind. I really need to make sure I'm committed to CJ and even further Gabby at this point as a 3, because if I am not and I betray that, then CJ could use that information against me in the next 2 rounds. It's either Nora, Sean, Bryce, Weston, Gabby, or Mead. And according to what I heard, is that Sean was
that's what they're all pushing.
Putting all the suspect people on my team really worked out to my advantage, and that is probably my best decision I've made so far.
Sean, I'm here to strategize to figure out the rogue with you in our rogue support group. I wonder how many more people will add to that.
In Sabrina's ending speech, she mentions that there is some rogue chat where it was created to gun for the rogue or try and figure out who it is. And I am not in that chat.
Do you have any more ideas about the rogue? Because now I think the rogue was on the green team. Because I don't think that, just from how much we talked, I feel like...
So what you're saying is that Sarah Beth wanted to get the information.
Me, Sarah Beth, and Riot wanted to get the info about the rogue.
Okay. Because I kind of had two people in mind who might be the rogue. Sarah Beth was one of them. But given that, I think the rogue is Nathan.
Really?
Yeah.
So Nathan, because that would make sense if he... So why do you think...
He's got a choice this round.
Yeah, so he was not in the other group, though. So would it make sense for the rogue to remove themselves?
Mead kind of, like, elected him. He didn't choose to remove himself.
That's really interesting. I have no sense that it could be Nathan, really. I mean, I'll keep that in mind.
I think my suspicion on Sean has been correct. He's continued to be kind of cold to me in various conversations. However, I have to, compete with this duality of, I have to kind of keep him around at this point. He's on the green team. He's attracted a lot of suspicion.
I think Sean is the rogue. Like, I just dead ass think Sean is the rogue.
For the rogue conversation, my eyes are kind of locked on Sean. They have been for a while.
I agree. Good for my game to keep him right now because, a lot of people are thinking that he's the rogue. My interference for this round is absolutely terrifying. I get to come up with 5 different secrets, whether they're true or not, about each player, and they will be revealed throughout an endurance competition. I could pin votes on Sean. Could I say, Sean got 8 votes and these were the votes? Oh, wait, I have the actual votes. Wait a minute.
In round 1, Henry, Nora, DJ, and Gabby all voted for Sean.
Coming into this game, everyone had some sort of secret. I'm really curious to know what Bryce's actual secret is. I know he's been catching a lot of heat. I'm curious to know what his secret is, and I think it could cause some damage.
Bryce's secret entering the game is that he is an intelligence analyst.
An intelligence analyst? That sounds hot.
Yeah, that's facts. That's the truth.
I want to reveal 3 people's actual hit in this round. I know within these secrets, I have to include myself in there somewhere because I need to make sure that I'm not getting suspected as the rogue. So I'm going to reveal myself, but I also choose to reveal Riot and Weston's hits. I've had probably the least amount of relationship with them. It makes the most sense to reveal them and see where they're lying in the game.
Nathan's hit is Riot. Weston's hit is Ivan. Riot's hit is Sarah Beth.
For my next secret, I decide to make up a complete fabrication and say that Emily and Mead voted for Riot last round instead of Sabrina, who went home. I think it's entirely possible because Emily was Sabrina's supposed number 1. Sabrina mentioned her first in her little speech about everybody, and she also mentioned Mead in there. The decision makes a lot of sense, and I'm going to just put some heat on them in that regard.
Last round, Mead and Emily voted for Riot.
Come on, Rogue. You don't gotta do that.
That's a lie. I did not vote for Riot.
Ooh. Oh, shit. I know I cannot target Sean, okay? Sean has caught a lot of heat for being the rogue and is a great shield for me in that regard. I tried to target him before. I'm not going to do it again. He's still pissed off about that second round. For me, it makes a lot of sense to reveal that Sarah Beth was one of the people that received some sort of power choice. Kind of want to expose her a little bit. She's been a little bit behind the scenes, but I want people to know that she's much more strategic and savvy than she lets on.
3 of the files offered players an opportunity for power. One of those files was chosen by Sarah Beth.
I don't think Sarah Beth is a rogue anymore. I don't think that somebody would expose themselves.
The rogue has no reason to increase their threat level and try and win this competition.
Damn, 5 milliseconds, Nathan.
I know.
5 milliseconds,
this is gonna be fun, man.
Woo!
stay calm. Keep clicking.
I'm clicking as fast as I can.
Commit to the endurance and just mash the button. That's it.
So for me, it was a pretty easy decision. I really tried to win. I really tried to make it seem like I was focused and I really wanted it. And that's going to continue to put targets off my back.
So who do you have?
Well, the rogue revealed that I have Ivan, so.
Would you be down to vote out Ivan?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind you getting safety in the power next week. Like, that's totally fine with me. Like,
Same here.
Cool.
Yeah. Weston has you, and I think Weston and Gabby might be trying to push your name. Okay, so just watch out. In the previous round, Weston came to me and said that he thought I was the rogue, and I am. So I really do think that was the move that really put the nail in his coffin, not the resting bitch face.
Does anyone have any accusations for someone who may be the rogue?
I think that the rogue is Anthony.
I can confirm that I am not the rogue. Again, just offline, everyone. Production's not the rogue. It is one of the 13 of you. That's the whole dynamic of the game. Don't metagame it too much. We're not pulling a fast one on you. One of you is the rogue, one of the 13 of you.
I feel so grateful Anthony confirms that the rogue really exists. I feel like a little bit of a fool. It was a little bit of a meta game, as Anthony put it. Egg on my face, truly. But I'm glad we have confirmation that the rogue is definitely a player, definitely out there, causing chaos.
Can we bargain for one confirmable guess? Can I offer my safety in the vote for one bargain, for one rogue check? One
I'm not
solid
Jeff
rogue.
Probst. I do not do deals.
Come on, man.
We don't have rice.
Don't you want to be excited?
Anthony, please, we're low on rice.
Damn you, Anthony. It would have been so exciting.
I know this isn't helpful, but whoever's the rogue, you're playing damn good, because I don't know. Truthfully, I wish I was like, yeah, Nathan. I thought that was like super sus. I really don't know.
Obviously, he's joking in this moment, and he doesn't think it's me. But it's quite funny where at that moment, I kind of just have to play into it. Like, yeah, it could be me. Like, wow, that's very funny. I'm flattered. Like, you know what I mean? Man, I just wanted to check in and like see how you're feeling after last round. Like, obviously, like you had a.
It was emotional, but I'm focused on the game again.
Right, yeah. Ever since the beginning, I think Sean has been somewhat suspicious of me in what I've been doing, but now I think maybe that suspicion might have been rooted in him thinking that I potentially might have turned on him in the first round. He doesn't really know whether I've been truthful to him fully, so that is something I really, really need to do damage control on this upcoming round, because I need to make sure that Sean does not think it's me and that I'm with him. I do want to apologize again because I wasn't there for the second round, you know what I mean? And I couldn't protect you, obviously, so I just want to make sure, like, you know, I'm still solid with you, and I just wanted to make sure, like, you know, that you knew that.
Yeah, I'm good.
I know that I can't trust him, and he doesn't trust me.
I have not told a soul this, and I've been keeping my cards close to my chest. So I'm like currently 90% sure Nathan's the rogue.
Okay, wait, that is my leading theory. That's my fucking leading theory. I have told others and nobody has agreed with. Everyone has said there's no way that Nathan is the rogue. I feel like Nathan is the rogue.
I don't think no part of my body thinks Nathan is.
Really? That's been my guess. That's been my guess like for like a few rounds now. My theories are Sean or maybe Nathan.
Do you guys think Nathan is the rogue? No one thinks so.
Yeah.
So far, I've had an incredible influence on the game, and there's definitely no denying that. So for me to just come up just short and just miss out on the jury, it would be brutal. So I cannot let that happen.
We got the rogue twist. We got the twist tonight.
I know.
Confident about who it is. You don't have to share names, but
No.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah. So coming into this round, I definitely wanted to try and take out Sarah Beth or Sean going into the jury with the steal a vote, and then all I have to do is just take out the other. It's very advantageous if I can make this play And unfortunately, Sarah Beth gets saved immediately. So the better part of my plan is out of the way. Sometimes you got to take big risks in this game. Sean has also been really clamoring to me, so like I'm really having a tough time like trying to provide like this like I don't know what to say, like, you know what I mean?
If you don't want to betray Sean, we could give it to Riot or Emily.
Yeah, that could actually be better for me. It's not a terrible idea to kind of throw myself to the wolves at this point and not try as hard to get safety, because I know that I'm going to be safe no matter what, and I can't go home in the end competition. At any point in this round, I can make a glitch in the chain and change their decision for them. It's very crucial to get right, as part of the clause in this twist is that if I do not use it at a certain point, it will be used at the end of the chain no matter what, so I have to use it at some point.
Nora, the rogue has overruled your decision. This means that you must instead pick someone else to add to the chain.
I definitely wanted all of the alliance of Ivan, Emily, and Mead safe as a target in front of me. It makes a lot more sense than keeping Riot in the game, where she's kind of disconnected.
I'm choosing Emily. I meant to grant Emily safety in a previous round, and I kind of screwed her over by accident. So I want to make it up to her now. Emily. I'm picking Emily.
So Riot goes from the safety chain, glitched out and into the bottom two, and this directly was my decision.
Sean, I'm sorry, but you have had the lowest score. But your time in this game may not be over yet.
In the moments where Sean is about to accuse, I think that it's very likely he picks me in this spot.
The truth is, I've known the rogue's identity since round 1. The rogue is Nathan.
Sean picks me, and the jig is up. It's over. Unfortunately, I am the rogue.
He just tried to get me out of this game, and now you're gone. So I'm tuning his exit speech. I'm turning down my hearing aid, and honestly, goodbye.
Get the fuck out of here, Nathan.
It was a whole lot of fun and no regrets.
Great. Anything else you want to talk about?
Man, I mean, is this where it ends? Like, man, dang, this is brutal. It's like, I don't know if I'm trying to come up with one-liners, like anything else I can think of. I don't know, but I don't know. I guess that might be it.
Great. Well, I'm going to stop recording.
Don't miss any of the action. Follow us on social media, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.